Hello, my lovely people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this video. If it is your first time and you like what we are doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you will be able to know when we upload a video. Here we react to all forms of videos, local and international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform that we are using today to disseminate information to the members of the public. At the same time, I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote war, violence, misleading information, or instigating any violence. We are here to inform and educate the members of the public, and also to remind YouTube that a call for self-determination is never a call for war. Please take note of this.
People that have been crushed, their mentality has been completely dominated by these religious charlatans. They are afraid to express themselves. They are afraid to go against their preachers. They would rather be silent. I mean, you need to emancipate yourself. You only have one life. You can't allow your fellow human being lead you to a place where you don't want to be. You have to sometimes use your own brain for yourself. Even though we are all victims of indoctrination from different angles, but there has to come a point in your life where you have to think about, let me use my own common sense and think about things for myself. I mean, I can't allow a human being, my fellow human being that bleeds like me, that shits, to have control over my life. Don't do that to yourselves, people. Be your own independent individual and try as much as possible to satisfy yourself in this world. And shout out to my Kenyan people. Thank you for the revolution. I hope it spreads to Uganda. Let them get rid of that, their own Kolu in Uganda, Museveni. Yeah. That would be great if that happens. And I hope it spreads to other part of Africa. Thank you, my Egun General, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir. You have a good one, okay? Thanks a lot.
And you too.
I have another person on the line. Straight up. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Idris, yeah?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. Yes, we actually waited for you yesterday, but at least it's okay for you to take a rest because it's not easy. Try to bring everything together and try to make it a meaningful thing because I can't imagine you getting it.
So you don't want to turn up there and be like, this is not.
You.
But indeed, there could be some flip flop that you will easily see through the camera and say, Mayego, you are tired. I say, yeah, I'm tired. Why do you have
to? I have actually been following.
The second thing I wanted to say earlier to African Wahala is that somebody came here and it was like, every day, the whole of your content is about Nigeria. So if you don't talk about Nigeria, you cannot feed. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a good observation, okay? But however, it has always been about Nigeria because I am from there and I'm a victim of the kind of criminals ruining Nigeria, not just me, including the lives of millions of people, including the lives of my own loved ones, family members, friends, and all that. So if I talk about it every day, should that be a problem to anybody anywhere in the world? Like, just feel so like, why are you talking about Nigeria every day? So some will be like, Mayegun, you're supposed to rest, you are not resting. She rent yet deal ni. But it's not so, right? So I take rest when I can, and I just do what I do.
No, it's actually good. It's actually good because seriously, sir, Mayegun, you don't know how your lecturing has been so helpful to us, especially those of us here in Nigeria. I've been following you for years now, and seriously, I have not been so addicted to. You should know that in Nigeria we all manage our data, but I don't know how I stood so glued at least for hours. And even though if I did not listen to any of your broadcast, it's as if probably me would say, Luprastam put in for me. I need to get the antidote. So I've been so addicted that because it's not even about the addiction. It's about getting the rightful information. Here in Nigeria, we don't. The information I'm going to get tomorrow, sir, from my own mainstream media, I have gotten it from you. All those words trending that in Arise TV, that they are going to show tomorrow. You've already shown it.
You say that to channels and say, hey, you guys, you're just feeding off the news about Nigeria. Why don't you just go away? I'm like, why me? I'm like, it's one of those trolls, though, right? People just feel like, what's so special about this guy? Everybody just there talking about it.
So, Samaigo, Mr. African Wala said something about some people that are not coming out. I think he also mentioned it. Yes, some people might be so frightened, especially in Nigeria. Yes, taking a bold step to speak out. This is where I can speak out. I have also been calling on some radio station, VOP, Nigeria Info. I've been calling, but whenever I try to throw out my anger, as in speak out the truth, because speak out the truth. What you just see is that they will just cut you off, and I don't blame them. NCC has regulated their this thing. And whenever we the masses try to veg our anger, they are going to give them 1 million, 2 million, like that, sanction like that. So we can't even speak out. So for we to speak out for you creating this platform for us to bring out this is the truth. This is just the truth. So to me, every day I feel so blessed that you are just a real gem to us, as in giving us information so I don't know what to say, just to be thanking you every time. So many things you are giving us, you are enlightening us, and may God continue to crown your effort to success, and God continue to protect you and guide you and your family. So this is just what I want to say. But whenever I try to speak like that, I'll just forget a lot. So let me just give on the prayer. Let me just say prayer.
We will see again tonight. So what we are going to have tonight is going to be the People's Parliament. Maybe I should say it ahead of time so a lot of you can get ready. Okay. So tonight, Friday, we are going to have the People's Parliament. As usual, I will bring you stuff, appetizers to get all of you in the mood. Then you have the People's Parliament for another 2.5 hours where we can actually chit chat and all that. Okay. Idris, only nice.
All right, sir.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
Now that's Idris, ladies and gentlemen. That was Idris. So I have another caller on the line, but listen, I have 2 options of which I could use. One, but it will cost me. I have 2 options of getting this message out. Like, if I want to be having all of these paid for views, I've got that option. But from the word go, I am an organic person. I'm somebody who just believes that if somebody shares my message to you, right, then you listen to me and you find me kind of worthy, then you will stay. So naturally, I've built millions of followers. Most of them kind of cut off a few times by the same platform and all that. So I am an, like organic person, something that has to come from the people. Or else I could be spending £1,000. I have that option. I could be spending like £1,000 every month to promote my channel. And within 3-4 months, I could actually cross 1 million subscribers. But guess what? Imagine having over 1 million subscribers, and half of them, they don't even have a clue about Nigeria. And then I pay the money to Google too, because I want larger number. So every person you see on Mayegun's Diary Political joined on his own volition. They leave on their own volition. And that is where you come in. And that's why I keep appreciating every one of you. You see, liking that broadcast, hearing it, what you are doing is that you are helping me to fight the algorithm of YouTube. I won't pay them money to get my message out and get people to listen. No, I want people to hear it and say, yes, I want the real people from that contraption to get the message. And you can help me. And you have been helping. So that's why you have to pay that offer. You have to like the broadcast. You have to share it. That's the most you can do for me. And guess what? It is the most valuable thing you can do. You've been doing it. And we have been progressing. And I love it that way. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. of having a million or whatever. No, I want it organic. I want you to join because you feel like you found something that's likely suits your purpose. Mayegun's Diary Political. I have a caller. Hello there.
Mayego.
Ma'am.
It's me, Flora.
Hey, you there, ma'am. How are you this afternoon?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm very well too.
You
I'm
look,
trying to.
you look awesome. That's good.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And Nigeria, really, to be honest. Okay, yesterday
Yes,
I was checking my phone. I said, "Oh, I don't want to call these children to say, is there anything wrong with my phone? I didn't see you.
like
I just
yeah.
kept quiet. I say, anyway, today, if I call you, I'm going to find out so that I will know whether there is something wrong with my phone or not. But luckily, you've mentioned it that you were not on.
Yes.
So yeah. Now, Buhari, little finger, Kwankwas, whatever. Look, if they like, let them gather. That's my own analysis. Through this your program, I'm beginning to understand a lot of things about Nigeria. If they like, let them gather. That look, where we are now is they are going to know that they've entered one chance.
So
they don't know.
Exactly.
They don't know. They don't know. Call is this regional government he will use to threaten them that they will back down.
That's what I heard, though. Like all this thing, all this gathering, all of these things, right? He has the upper hand. If Bokwari and his guys, if he could maneuver them, because he did maneuver them, got them so choked that they couldn't stop him anymore. If they couldn't stop him, what gave these guys the audacity that they are meeting with me actually change anything?
That's what he's going to use. So it's like, you know, somebody's secret, or you know somebody, you know what somebody dread.
Their weakness.
Their weakness. God bless you. So that's what is going to. Is that time they will know? All of us don't enter one chance.
You know, they will just be like, you know what? Let him have his second destiny. Let him have another 4 years, or else, if they break up this place,
even the caller is not going to have, except something happens. So it's not only that. By the time he gets to his second step, he's going to reduce something that will make him to go on. I'm telling you, I think you've taught me a lot of things.
There are people. The reason why I don't really push that narrative is because it is not really backed with any concrete say we are doing this, but it is still just pretty much like based on the happenings, and some of them so secret convoy here and there, right? So some believe that Tinubu won't make it to 2027.
What?
You know, like I said, ma'am, like I said, it is part of what some people believe as part of the whole thing, like we'll get him, and all of that. That Nigeria may not even make it to 2027.
Let's see. But that is my own. I didn't see it anyway. I was just thinking, because that time that thing fizzled out about this regional, this thing. You remember when this terrorist, your VP terrorist came out to say, no, we want a good government, not regional, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's by the way. But there's something I want to tell you. Something that happened. I will be quick. This is the only time I can say it. You know, because in the evening it's usually very busy. Do you know? On my phone, when I get calls from Nigeria, if it's not registered, I don't bother. I don't bother at all. But this person keep, sending me message, good evening, man. This is somehow I just opened it and I discovered that. And when I delete the ones that I register, I put something, I leave something behind that makes me know who the person is. So even if the person removes their picture, so like this particular person now removed. They removed his picture. He wasn't the one. They removed his picture.
Like a faceless. Okay.
Yes. So and now I said, no, let me answer this guy. Because since April, the person has been. So I opened it and I discovered that it was the barrister. This domiciliary account. I told you I lost my husband, when he was doing his business in Nigeria. He had this, domiciliary account with First Bank.
Other businesses.
So, so when I went to, sort his things out, his business things out, close, whatever, First Bank refused to give me that money. they were finding a lot of excuses, and I knew it was just gimmick. At a point, they said, okay, they will give me, but they will give me in naira. I said, no. When my husband put the money, he put it in pounds. So I'm not going to take a naira.
It's called domiciliary account for a reason.
Yeah. So we started dragging it until the time I wanted to go back. So what I did, I knew, even without me being a lawyer, I knew that case, I'm going to win it. So I took this barrister, and he filed he wrote to them, and whatever, they dragged a little bit, and they accepted. And they said I should take my ID to go. Then I had already returned to UK. Now, somebody stole his phone and was messaging me. So I now replied, lawyer, 3 days ago. I said, oh, sorry that you haven't seen me in Nigeria. I've been so busy. Don't worry about the account. I'm not worried because that account is not going to lose, that money is not going to lose its value. So I'm not really worried. Anytime I come to Nigeria, I will take that hour later to the branch and all that. The person replied, okay, ma. Then I now told my sister, because it was my sister who introduced me to the lawyer. I said, see how barrister just answered me. And I said, okay, let me find out. It was then we knew that one of his friends stole that phone from him. I said, oh, yeah. So he was the one that just to sell it or something. It wasn't the barrister. It was him, this man. I said, who? So my sister started telling me the details of this man. It was this barrister that stood for him when he got his wife beaten up and injured, and that he spent 4 years in the prison. Huh. Now, listen to me. He's a pharmacist. So obviously, he's looking for every area to con any person. So he now told me, oh, madam, if you can send me anything, you know that Nigeria is very difficult now. So when I had gathered that information, and I wrote back to him, I said, look, listen, the barrister I know, but the barrister I know will not condescend so low, begging me for money.
This kind of money, yeah.
Yes. Nevertheless, if you are taking his phone from him, if you have hacked his phone, or if you are stolen his, whatever you have done with his phone, could you please return his phone to him? Having spent 4 years in the prison, why would you want to go back there? Rebuild your life, not through this means. But let's make a deal. Return his phone. You've gotten my number now. Text me, and I will take it from there. If I want to help you, I will help you. But just get out from this nonsense you are doing. This was only yesterday. I was looking for you. I say, oh no, who do I tell this story? It's my ego. It's Nigeria,
right? Like you can easily pick that. See, somebody who helped you, right?
Yes.
Got you out of jail, and the most you could do is to steal his phone. And you didn't stop there. You went after his client.
Yes.
And you're just about to now play them.
Yes. I said, no. I said, sorry, I'm the last person that will fall into your scam, you know. So please, let's make a deal. Return his phone, yeah, and let's see. Send me message. If possible, send me your candidates. I will see any way I can help you for you to rebuild your life. But this is not the way. No. So I'm waiting. I've not checked whether he has read my message. Because I asked my sister, I said, has that guy returned the phone? He said no. He said, but barrister has reported police. Police are they are not willing to help him. They said because he willingly gave the phone to the man. The man didn't steal it. Oh. So he's ashamed not to go further. The barrister is ashamed to. It's an elderly man, you know. I understand. It's very elderly, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. To be honest, really? This is true story. I'm telling you, my ego. This is the Nigeria of today. And somebody will come and tell me.
There's a place where people want to take advantage of you at any given time. And to them, they don't see it as bad. They see it as being smart.
Yes, yes.
They say, you are very sharp. Oh. You are sharp. Oh. You're smart. Oh. You have brain. Oh.
Yes.
And all these things are just like normalizing abnormalities, right? And seeing evil good as good, since you need to survive. You know that we are poor now. You know, we need to survive now.
Can you
That's why
imagine?
we don't have job now. That's why we have to do whatever we can to survive now. Are you being serious?
My dear, I said, let me tell my who else will I tell? I said, now look, a whole pharmacist going condescending so low like this. Coming want to start. Not only, I'm sure it's not only me. You would have
you want
been,
me to tell you my own experience that your story just reminded me of now, right, ma'am? See, on this platform, right, I used to randomly just pick people, okay?
Yes.
To support, right? Then sometimes I would just be like, I could pick like 5-10 people.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember those era. People kind of raise money, contribute.
Yes. Yes.
Let's help this, let's help that, right?
That's it. That's it.
Especially before their elections, okay? When people still felt like Nigerians they were about to fight and break themselves.
Yes.
That happened, okay? So now there was this guy. He's probably watching me right now.
Yes.
I was going to put his face on my platform, but it's not worth it. You know what happened, man? So in one of those days, and I hope he's watching, one of those days we were supposed to give 50,000 naira.
Yes.
To I think about 5 people, 5 people.
Yes.
And somehow, man, I gave the 50,000. Then it got to him.
Yes.
The person that was supposed to give him the money now sent about 80,000. No, I think 80,000 or 100,000. I don't know how that mistake just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I messaged him, Mayegun, hey, bro, there's 100,000 sent to you. You need to send the 50,000 back. That is meant for somebody else.
Jesus,
you know something, man? Like, he blocked me. He blocked me on Facebook. He blocked me on that same link number. He sent his account. I mean, his bank details through.
Yes.
And this was just like about a year and a half or 2 years ago, man.
Yes.
Like, I still couldn't believe it. Like, you are somebody who knows that I will talk about it. I have the proof I gave you the money.
Yes.
You have the proof that you say thank you. We have the proof that I told you we gave you more.
Yes.
I have the proof that you said you will send it back. And that was it. That's about 2 years now. I said,
oh my God.
So Nigerian thing, to him, maybe he went somewhere. His pastor said, God is going to bless you this week. And from nowhere, or maybe his Babalawo gave him a soap and said, this one is meant for people, even people who work for, they could pay you. You know that kind of thing in Nigeria.
Yes.
So maybe he now believed it worked on me. So for him to say, I will send the 50,000 back, it's like spoiling the jazz or the voodoo or the prayer.
Yes.
Because God has already blessed him with 100,000, which is to deny another person his own 50,000. I have to give that person from my pocket.
Can you imagine?
It's a Nigerian thing. They know so much about God.
Yes.
It's all fluke, lies. If they want to cheat you, they talk more about God.
It doesn't reflect in their life.
That's why they talk more about God. Pay attention, man. Pay attention.
It doesn't reflect in their behavior. Forget about God, forget that.
Exactly. Oh, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Yes.
See, I use God that I serve. Use this God that I serve to swear for you, man. Don't believe it. Don't.
Mayegun, let me give. Otherwise, we'll start this. I have a friend. She has a shop. She always comes here. Right. She said once you come, you are looking for a job like sales girl. Yeah. And as soon as you say you are a Christian, you say, sorry, I'm not taking you.
And some people will find that a little bit overstretched. We are talking about experience. People hire people based on, they believe that as a Christian or as a Muslim, if I'm a Muslim now, I know what a good Muslim is, right? So definitely, I'll be looking for a good one. But I could be deceived by that. People are deceived by that.
No, not
as a Christian, right? I know what a good Christian should be like. Abi? Now I'm going to be looking for one. Now, from experiences of people, they've got their fingers burnt many times.
My friend has big time. My friend. So he said, as soon as they come, she lives in Benin. He said, as soon as they come, she has a shop. She comes here all the time. She sends it to me. He said, once she puts sales gear and somebody comes, I said, oh, I'm a Christian. He said, okay, you know what? Don't worry, I will get back to you.
Yes.
He said, yeah. She has been busy. He said they will take the bottle, they will take the drink. This one I'm telling you, over 5 years ago, they will take the bottle of the drink she's selling because she has a very big, massive supermarket. Right. Then they will leave the pack. They
are carrying the crates.
So, yeah. So
they can even leave the cap on. You would still think that crate's there or everything complete.
Yes. So when she comes, she'll just count. Look, Michael, let me just leave you.
You want another one before you go, ma'am, right? Businesses, talking about businesses.
Yes.
I've had people in Nigeria
Yes.
who have people who are selling for them, and you are supposed to pay them at the till. But they have their own POS hidden somewhere in their bags.
Yes.
And they'll tell you, no, don't worry, I'll take it to your car for you. You can pay by the car. I mean, business that was supposed to make profits. Then you hire people to work for you. You pay them only for them to be making your profit goes to their bank account. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Look, it's just too, we've done business to Nigeria, so it's too much. Let me just leave people to. I have stories to talk. Nigerian thing.
And these stories are true stories, experiences.
Yes. This is not they say. It's not that. It's me and my husband and the close people. It's not they say.
It is well. I'll let you go, Mama. Thank you so much.
My love to your family always.
Okay, yeah. We can still take a few more. You have a good afternoon, okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's our lady dear, Flora. Here again. The line is let me see. Let me put it back up so that we don't have any setback or so, right? So you can have your shot too. All you have to do is you see that number. Meanwhile, I'm going to change this number very soon. The studio number. But I promise you, right? The moment it changes, you will notice it on the screen. Save it or just edit the one you save on your WhatsApp. Edit that. So the new one I'm going to put up soon. Not yet. This one is still working. Hello.
Hello, my good general.
Yes, sir. Baba, how are you, sir?
This is me. It's me. I'm fine. It's Bright from Italy.
God bless you, Bright. Oh, this is Bright, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, my brother. And you? It's been a while.
Thank you. Please.
My good. Thank you, Sha. I'm not going to say thank you. You see, let me tell you. If you are a person that has this consciousness now of how the world looks like, believe me, you will not be crazy about any goddamn thing in this life. I'm telling you. If you
travel and you will know that most of the things you are trying, in fact, most of the things we are praying for in Nigeria, our prayer points are basically the normal things that is provided. So when you travel, there is a possibility that majority of the things you are clinging on to, you won't.
Yeah. It really is.
And it's because education generally. But yeah, right. So
the today's world is like sometimes I don't know how it's going to. I don't know how long it's going to take for a lot of persons to be educated, to be open-minded of how things work now. You see, the issue that happened in Kenya of late that led the protesters in the streets and a lot of things started changing. We saw how it started, how the president went to the United States, how some of the parliamentarians in the United States came to Kenya to observe them. It was like a cool way of recolonizing the people from the backyard. It was happening in our eyes. It's not that these things, these things have always been happening. But it's like these people now are not gaining, they are not gaining more ground to even do it to the open, that there's nothing you can do about it. This is how the system works. And the people now look at it like, really? So it's not happening in our eyes. And we have to
choice. We either give it to us or you will shoot us. Like no choice.
Exactly.
No choice.
Exactly. You see, the people have to do something about it. But the only thing I see there is like, these people could, hold that protest till now, doing what they are doing. Everybody is moving. Even, even the government is kind of, their hands are tied. But if you take it back to Nigeria as a country and say, okay, let us practice it the way these people has done theirs, even though we know that our own democracy is being run by these deep states outside Nigeria. Now, if we decide, okay, let us do it that same way, you will see that Nigeria is so compromised that in everything that happens globally, that happens anywhere, Nigeria has it twice. We have it double. That is, we have the real ones and we have the fake one. You have Yahoo Mail for your mail to receive your mail and send somebody mail in Nigeria. You also have the Yahoo that will collect from you and they will not give it to you back. The same Nigeria. You have Olosho, then you also have hookup. You have politicians. You have politifam. You have celebrity. You have celebratives. You have activists. And you have activists. You have act and thief. Then you now have protesters that will go and protest for the real deed. Then you now have hoodlums that will infiltrate the protest. So the system is so organized in a way that sometimes you now sit down and say, where do we start from? Do we start from religion? You look at the outside, that side is a no-go area. Because if the way people see, sometimes I sit down and say, okay, what if you now carry this religion that have made you to sit down, your hands are tied? You now die as a person and you find yourself on the other side and now see that what you have been told is a lie. So you will lose here and lose there. You will lose here and lose there. You will be a slave here, and you still go and meet the same people who have been ruling you here, still be your superintendent there. You will be in a mess. That's going to be hell. That is the hell that I believe is hell.
That for themselves.
Because sometimes I sit down, I think so deep. Because sometimes I sit down, I don't want to rubbish anybody's belief or religion. Because sometimes I ask myself, what if Jesus was a black man? Will people take him seriously? Because must he be a white man? Why should an angel answer Angel Gabriel? Why not in Costco?
Like angel, even it can even be like an angel Okoko. I mean, no. Angel Ijebu or Angel something like that. I will say that one are from the
okay. This one is coming from our side as well. Maybe the other one is from. Why must it be one-sided? So you see that the global politics is so that is. It's like a Hollywood. It's like a Hollywood movie that will thrill you. It's like. See, you have to be very, very, very conscious to know how things work as of today. And when you get that, Mayegun, you will take a deep breath. You will not kill yourself over anything, but just to make sure you are aware of what is going on around you, just like the way you are educating a lot of people here. Because the system, my brother, because the democracy we have in Africa is not the democracy. It is another way of colonizing the people. It's another way of colonizing the people. We just vote people. Yeah, we vote people. These people are not. This is like a normal practice just to make it legit. The people who we choose them are in somewhere else outside Nigeria. Because whenever election is coming, you see the way our politicians are flying outside Nigeria to go and hold meeting in UK, France. What is the big deal holding UK meeting in UK and France?
Yeah, colonial masters.
When you are,
they want to if I become president, I promise you. I promise you will make more money when I become. I will open the door for you. Are you sure? But this guy is already opening the door for us. I will do more. He's not opening any door for you. I can do more. I can give you the whole country. I just need you to know our partners, and they will say they are meeting their partners. I won't worry.
Right? You see my fear now, man. The only fear I have now, because the West have been able to capture Africa, especially Nigeria, because if Nigeria is in
charge of Africa.
Yes, now if Nigeria is really captured totally, then half of Africa is gone. Because look at now, bandit is taking people's land. People cannot go to their land. People cannot farm. There is shortage of food. Now the GMO companies are coming into Nigeria. Before you know, now your local corn, your local tubers of yam, all those normal things that you can keep and store them whenever the season is coming back, you go and replant. They will not be there anymore. So you will need to go to these people to go and beg them for your seed to plant. And these people are already coming to take those land from the locals, because the government we have today, the way they are borrowing, they will allocate this land to these corporate companies that are coming from the West, and the people will work.
Right. do you know that this GMO thing we have been talking about, it's like we're already talking about it too late. Okay.
Yes.
Bill Gates has actually pumped into Nigeria over $700 million. You know what they use the money for? To set up different holding cell where they will say they are training people about the technology. And then there are some of some of these facilities in Nigeria, institutions that Bill Gates Foundation has given money, 100 million, 200 million naira, 50 million, 500 million, 1 billion, all over Nigeria, all for them to say they are doing a stem cell, they are doing stem cell study, they are doing the GMO variants, like a coronavirus. So they are discussing, they are developing different variants of GMOs. And the message to everybody is that they are being produced in Nigeria. So that it is more into Nigerian varieties of food and all of that. So there's no panicking. But it's almost too late. The research we should be doing right now is to be finding out how many of those institutions in Nigeria collected money from Bill Gates and how far have they gone in their researches. You see this stuff we are going to go to do Onyibo. In fact, that is like out of the picture now. They've already started doing it in Nigeria with over $750 million investment in the last 5 years. Right. People already collected it. Media houses have been paid. Medical professionals have been hired to tell you that it's not dangerous. Doctors, nurses, and all of them have been hired. Very soon you will see more. So it's not like it's just coming. Baba, it is already here.
That is the program. It's a long-term program. That program has been, like you said,
for long, and it's a long-term too.
Kolo, that is why the food shortage is there now. That one now will not come through the back door as the savior. Will not come as the savior. The people will not, because people are hungry, they will embrace it and forget about the consequences.
The big gate we need to do is to just stop funding those ones they are making in Nigeria. And everybody would have to go elsewhere to go and get wherever they tell you to go to. Now, before you know it, Nigeria will now be reporting on the GMO seed importation. Nigeria spent $6 billion on importing GMO. Then the government will now be like, we need to produce our own GMO here. So they will then have to go and borrow money to build their GMO. Baba, we are in for a long mess. That's why we vote for the breakup of Nigeria now. My children shouldn't live through that. My children shouldn't live through that.
Mayego, have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir. I love that. See, there are things that people should know when it comes to government policies and all of that. They're going to tell you that people who don't understand are going to raise alarm about it. Are you going to believe those people who are out to finish you, or are you going to believe the people that are pointing out the obvious? Of course, the choice will be yours. Or you can't claim ignorance about many things going on in Nigeria. I don't like that. There are many people that can't claim ignorance. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I never knew that. Of course you do. You just probably don't care. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Lady Charm.
How are you? I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, I like your outfit.
And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you again. I think I'm a part of the people that are also addicted to this your show.
We are all addicted. There's nothing but there are some additions that it's like food, right? There are people that will tell you that their food is dangerous, okay, but we still have to eat.
Oh, you have to eat.
We need information about what is going on, like this day and time, where information is just like nanoseconds and all that. So it's your choice not to get addicted to right information. We need it.
To right information. Honestly, the knowledge that we get from your show is just amazing. Like I said, I only just joined. I only just started watching your program last year, just around about the election time. Yeah, and I've the kind of insight that I've gained, and that African Wahala was saying. Now, when I have a conversation with people, you come from a position of you come with information, so that they're like, okay, you really know what she's talking about, type of thing. So I really commend you for the work that you're doing.
So much.
Yeah. So, Ruto, I think you played Ruto to retire. So
that's the issue in Kenya now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing what's happening in Kenya, right? But let me ask you something. You've been covering this thing for a very long time, right? And we know that the establishment is there. We know that there are other external influences, who are determined to keep Africa the way it is because, again, it serves the purpose. It serves the purpose of keeping them, rich, whilst we're being impoverished, and the lack of education that we're getting, the illiteracy and the lack of information that we have generally in Africa allows them to carry on with what they're doing, right, without much pushback. Because then, again, if the people are ignorant, are not knowledgeable, right, with regards to even what the basic good governance should look like, it allows them to carry on doing what they're doing. I'll come back to Ruto. Like the people who are the northern, elite or whatever, or the people who are, out there supporting the northern elite and saying, "Oh yes, it looks like the north is going back into is going to come back into power and this and that and the other." It was hilarious to listen to that because these are the people who are practically the poverty capital of the whole world, right? Because for decades, and this is decades prior to even the so-called democracy, which are like the previous caller was saying, we don't have a democracy. We have something that resembles democracy, but it's not exactly democracy, right? So that has been going on for decades, and you people are still the most impoverished section in the whole country. So what benefit is it that your so-called elites are gathering? What point? They make no difference to you. You still lack water, you still lack education, you still lack infrastructure. So you that you're gathering and saying to yourself, oh, how the northern elite, they're gathering their good power is going to come back to the north.
Yeah, they are
you shouldn't really want
so happy and say yes.
It's of no consequence. It's of no consequence to you as a people or as a group. You haven't benefited in any way, shape, or form. In fact, you've been impoverished even more.
Last year, Bukwari was there. 8 years. He ruined the country. He ruined northern Nigeria. And yet a northerner a year after wants the power back because it's like all these things happened to them all these 8 years. Charm. They never happened.
It never happened. And that's for me.
How could the victims of such be defending the criminals who ignored them for 8 years and saw them slaughtered?
And will keep on and continues to see you slaughtered, and they are doing absolutely nothing about it. Somebody come with there's an expose about who bought the bandits. We know who brought the bandits in, right? We know who started this whole banditry in the country, right? It is still one of your own people killing your own people, right? And you are still wanting the same set of people to actually come back into power because you like death, you like hunger.
From our side, we need to have that power. They love to see, they love that convoy to show influence, power. All the time of Buhari time, yeah. Majority of them were just like, if Nigeria want to burn, let it burn, as long as Buhari remain.
As long as Buhari
used that 8 years, they were adamant. Well, here we are. The Ronuku saying, if Nigeria want to burn, let it burn. Tinubu will use 8 years. Now the two of them won't clash now. We will be the spectators.
We'll be the spectators watching. Yeah, we'll be the spectators watching both of them, And like I think Flora was saying that, like let them gather. Yes. In fact, I think it was one of your talks that you did maybe like last week, and you said that don't feel sorry for Kolu. Feel sorry for these people because Kolu is a confirmed criminal, and if he wants to deal with these people, he knows what to do. Yes. So when you said that, I was like,
what the best is for no one of us to catch any feelings. It's
going to be hard for people like not at all.
Feelings, though, right? I'm talking to some people who still see them. Nigerians are very, very. It's unreal. Okay. If you look at that video party, most of the talk is about the money, the opulence, it's about the gift, the luxury. And millions of them who came across that wedding pictures and videos. Some of them actually hope that they, number one, some of them have told themselves that they can never have that, but they dream it.
Yeah,
the opportunity to say, maybe one day I will have that too.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame a person for dreaming. Do you understand? I think where you fall them in their so-called dream is that when you dreamed of having this money, how were you dreaming of having it? Were you dreaming of stealing it, or were you dreaming of actually legitimately getting that kind of money? Now, if it,
that's how they are dreaming of making that money.
I don't even want to go into this whole religion business.
God can bless you. You know, you are talking to me now. You could become a billionaire tomorrow. Even if you don't have
listen,
I can you billion, right? Or you may believe me if you are from Nigeria. You should believe me. But
I can believe you that you can give me, but the logical side of me is going to ask the question.
Well, you laugh because you know that to make a billion as an American yourself, right? To make a billion is not by somebody saying it to you. And say you will make it.
Exactly. So
that's
you know what? Even if I dream and say, oh yes, I'm going to get a billion, the logical side of me is going to ask, how exactly is that billion supposed to land on your life? You can float your hands and doing absolutely nothing. Yes. And you know that's not going to happen. You know, you have to actually put yourself out there. And that's what I'm saying. Look, even if you're going to dream, right? Because when you dream and you say, okay, you're going to get such and such, right? And then you say, okay, this is how I'm going to get it. Then you look around you and you look around you and see that the governance that you have is never going to allow you to do that. Then you have to do
legitimately. It's impossible.
You never exactly. You will never make it.
So how are you going to make that? Oh God! So this is anybody. Shut up, please. Come on. Shut up.
Let me just quickly talk about Ruto because this whole religion and what people believe is just beyond. It just takes, and that's why a lot of people talk about religion. Religion is a separate entity. When you have a relationship with God and you actually read the Bible, there's a portion in the Bible that says, my people suffer for lack of knowledge, and that is exactly where the Christians in Nigeria are. They are suffering for the lack of their knowledge because they're getting all their knowledge not from the Word of God but from their pastors who seek to manipulate them, for their own end, and that's what is going on in Nigeria. It's not necessarily the people that believe in God. These are people that have been manipulated, and they've used their fear and guilt to manipulate them into being docile and doing nothing about their situation. Because ordinarily,
God to get whatever they
can. Exactly, and for me, it's just the logic behind it. Okay, if I give God this thing, He's going to give me that thing. Then, but when you start to think like that, you have to understand that that's not the God that the God in the Bible is. That's not the God that you're serving. You're serving you're actually serving Mammon. God of your pastors or whoever that is, because that is not God. Because again, He owns everything. He doesn't need you to bribe him to give him something that belongs to him. Okay,
or 1%.
He doesn't need your 10%, to be God. He is God, whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, or whether you give him a dime or not. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay. So once you start to understand that, then people will start to actually fight for the things that should rightfully belong to them, which they are not doing. Right now, this is something I just want to throw out there because I think Julius Malema had already said something about the Ruto prior to becoming president of Kenya. The kind of things that he said, right, is so different from what they are saying right now. Has anyone ever considered that, say the establishment don't have something on you? I don't know if anyone has ever heard about MK Ultra. Have you heard about MK Ultra?
MK Ultra? No.
It was a CIA program, back in the day, which they used, different methods and ways to manipulate people, to program people and things like that, right? Because it doesn't make any sense, right, that somebody would speak a certain way and then all of a sudden, after they assume power, have some interaction with these people, they now turn around and start acting differently. And not only do they act differently, they are obstinate in their actions. You can see Ruto, you can see what he's doing. Forget about what he's saying. Look at what he's doing. He's determined to break those people. He's determined to squash that rebellion. He's determined to kill people regardless of what they are saying. Exactly, all to have his way. And what way does he want to have? It's not even a way that is original to Kenyans. It's the way of IMF, the way of the West. So it has to make you wonder, is there something else going on that we're not even aware of? Do you understand? And I'm just throwing it out there just because I know that Martinelli will say our imagination won't keep person. But you have to think about it because our leaders are not acting right. They're acting like people who are under some kind of, okay, so it's either they have something on you, so you carry on with, whatever it is they want you to do. But I say to myself, even if
hello my wonderful people, as you have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.